All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Episode 26. Woo!
And he has that hat.
I can now properly stand proud and ora, as I can. Obviously, the hat disappears into my hair. That is all hair back there. That is not a part of the hat in any way. Yes.
Right, right.
Yep.
So we are in the desert. We are in the desert. We're in trouble.
We are fighting Ndoul.
Yes, Ndoul. And the dog has decided that it does not want to duel with Ndoul.
Yes, because it is a fool. It is practically a wielder of the fool. And this twist that we got in the last episode that we have a dog stand user on their side was added with the fact that the dog is actually pretty intelligent.
Right.
Much like the orangutan or the ape was.
But it's still a dog.
Yes.
So
who wielded the strength stand back then. But yeah, still a dog. So it's interesting. But specifically with Ndoul kind of ignoring the dog and going after the Jobros, it makes it seem like the dog is actually going to be a big deal in the fight if it ever gets provoked. Like, if there's even the slightest bit of provocation for it to, like, feel like it needs to be involved in this fight, then it could be pretty crazy.
What if this was all according to the dog's Keikaku, Iggy? Because Iggy is actually wanting to just lull Ndoul into a false sense of security.
Right. Like, meanwhile, he's, like, trying to use his stand's ability to use the sand and, like, go back along the tremors.
And then he's going to bring up his stand right over where Ndoul is, maybe. Who knows? Specifically with the kind of stuff that's happened with Dio, he seems to have acquired more minions. He has new people, and Ndoul is probably one of them. Right.
Being sent out to dissuade the Jobros from their journey's course. But right now, we're in the middle of a fight, so we got to see how it's resolved. So without further ado, let's get into it.
What is the fat content of summer sausage?
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up while you're gone. So, fun fact drop. Apparently, summer sausage, at least the version of it I'm looking at, per serving is 12.4 grams of fat and 6.7 grams of protein. Caleb was thinking it was maybe like 30% fat, 70% protein. I was thinking it was closer to 50-50. I did not expect it to be this much, though. That's a lot. It's almost like double.
He's just gonna sleep right through all this. Yikes.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
Why couldn't they just have their stands like pushed in the sand?
Wow!
Nice.
All right. Yep. You get the new the opening. We've seen this once before, but the only unfortunate thing about it is that we don't have the ora part to do. Yeah. Imagine if the dog is like their compatriot like the whole time.
Oh, I think it will be.
Like all the way, like even in like them fighting Dio. Like
that
wouldn't that just be amazing?
Crazy. I mean, the dog's there in the opening, so
yeah. Star Platinum! Haha! All right. does have an oh part, so that's right.
Right. That's a trap.
Oh, nice, nice.
Oh. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, crap. Protect him, guys. Come on. Yep. Because he's isolated now,
right?
So he's a good.
But Abdul's bleeding now.
I like that Dio doesn't have a leave Jotaro to me or leave Joseph to me. He's just like kill them all. Like,
yep.
Oh, he's grabbing the dog.
Nice.
So the dog will have to fight. Oh.
Ah. We're gonna die unless you lead me there. Nice.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yep. It's using its stand, yeah. Whoa. Nice.
And
whoa.
Oh.
They're flying. This is amazing.
All right.
I love the mechanics of this. This is so cool.
Well, and all the visuals and stuff that they do to communicate what it's like to stand.
Yep. Good call, Jacob. Good call. Nice. Awesome.
So start zigzagging.
So they can move now. Yes.
True.
Yeah. It's a proper distraction. Yeah. Oh, dang.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, that's brilliant. That's so brilliant. Yep.
Wow.
Also where the sand doesn't bounce off of. Yeah. Ooh, this is awesome.
Well, this bunny knows where you are, so now start going in zigzags.
Jab.
Drop to the ground more and kick off, but just don't go in a straight line.
But yeah, I think it's just gonna be an actual fight now. Just what's the dog gonna do? Like, oh, the dog is giving away Jotaro, so like, let me live. Wow, you selfish little dog. Quite so. Oh!
Throwing him at the stand user.
Yeah. Do it. Oh. Oh! It's gonna go back fast enough! What the heck?
犬に構っていたおかげで丈太郎の位置が確認できなかった。どこだ？どこにいる？
Oh, what if in that time he like took some sand and formed it into a ball, like crushed it into a, and he's gonna throw one like below his head.
There we go. I was waiting for that.
Oh my gosh. Omae wo mu shinderu.
Yep.
もしこの水のスタンドを自分のところまで戻して周囲をガードしていなかったなら、すでに背後からお前に倒されていたと。
Once it lands, it's gonna create a little tremor, and it will dissipate around where his feet are. All this in a span of a few seconds, like even that, like half a second. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh! Wow! Yeah!
All right. And Iggy's just like, what was that?
And that was a kill shot. Like, he was going to take off Jotaro's head. Whoa.
バカな自分のスタンドで自分を
No
ジョースターのスタンドハーミットパープルは考えてることまで感知してしまうからな喋るわけにはいかないよあの方にとって少しでも不利になることはな
Why are they all so loyal to Dio? Like
スタンド能力のせいで子供の頃から死の恐怖なんか全くない性格だったよ
Wow.
どんな奴にだって勝てたし、犯罪や殺人も平気だ。初めてこの人だけには殺されたくないと心から願う気持ちになった。
Fear.
その人はあまりにも強く、深く、大きく、美しい。そしてこの俺の勝ち死ぬのは怖くない。しかし、あの人に見捨てられ殺されるのだけは嫌だ。 悪には悪の救世主が必要なんだとはタロットカードの起源とも言うべきエジプト救衛神のうちの一つゲブの神の暗示
Okay.
大地の神を意味するからそこまで教えるのだ
Wow. Way to go. Wow.
It's weird seeing Jotaro.
It's weird. Yes, I know. And this is the first time I have this hat. So it's like, what the heck? Yeah.
Oh, went and got his hat for him.
Oh my gosh. And it's torn at the back. Like
yeah,
like
I mean it
already
was, but yeah.
Well, did he shit in it? Oh my god. Oh, the gum. Oh, okay. Yada does it.
Someone get me.
Yes. That was the perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really thought he took a dump in his hat. I was like, wow. You bastard.
But no, it was just gum. In a lot of ways, that's worse.
In a lot of ways, it is worse, yes, because it doesn't come out necessarily without cutting your hair.
Or a lot of peanut butter, and I don't think they have that.
Yeah, where are they going to get peanut butter in the desert? Oh, man. Well, wow,
I feel like Polnareff and Iggy are going to connect very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a long time coming, you know.
I think Ndoul will probably end up doing the best because he respects the dog the most.
Sure.
But Polnareff is the one that, like, he hated him the most.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's going to be... But that's why it has the most potential.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. But, like, dang. Yeah. Jeez. Yep. This is a crazy, crazy cool stand fight as far as, like, comparatively to the ones that we've had in the past. What, did you just notice something?
Oh, I was just remembering. That's right. Yeah, the song.
What about it?
I believe I've heard not like the original necessarily, but like other versions of it.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
could
cool.
totally be wrong though.
Yeah. This episode was a little bit shorter, actually. I wonder if we're missing, like, if there's an end credits scene, potentially?
Possibly.
I mean, we'll check and see. Oh. Looks like there is.
Oh yeah? ひょっとしてそれ漫画の本ですか？珍しいですね。
Comic book?
エジプトにも漫画なんてあったんですか？
Oh my
お菓
gosh.
子食べます？僕取材旅行中の漫画家なんだけど、珍しい本や漫画に非常に興味あるんすよ。この双眼鏡代わりに見てもいいっすから。なになに？タイトルは
Oingo Boingo Brothers Adventure.
抜群にしっかりしてるぞ。しかもフルカラーだ。
This is
ある
an
ところ
original
に
material.
とても仲のいい兄弟がいました。
俺の名はオインゴ。
僕ボインゴ。弟のボインゴはとても内気なので、兄のオインゴがいないと何もできません。お菓子をもらったり。
What the heck? What the heck?
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
お、10時半だ。
でもその親切な旅人は電柱に首が突き刺さって。
Holy crap!
変な漫画真っ白だ。
Oh my gosh.
楽長本だ。
Oh.
弟。
てめえ聞こえねえのか。
Whoa.
知らねえやつと口を聞くなと言ったろうが、世の中悪いやつがいっぱいいる。
I love this group. Like, this is.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, dang. Dang. Wow.
All right.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
That was
so
awesome.
we resolved that stand user very nicely, very nicely. Some creative thinking on all parties involved.
Yeah, very
Especially
clever,
Jotaro.
mechanically
Yep.
staged stand battle.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It was very, very well put together. Very, very fun to see Jotaro barely kind of outthink his opponent, and more so kind of do things that are just outside of his perception.
Right.
That, he has to kind of predict or guess what Jotaro is doing.
Like throwing Iggy or, whatever. And then using that as a distraction to get behind him.
Yeah. Utilizing the dog as basically a you'll help us or,
that
we'll
was
have
great.
some problems was genius.
Yep.
So it felt like a proper JoJo's solution to a fight that was already really cool, and they just kind of amped it up to be even cooler.
Upon reaching the New World, Cortez burdened his ships. So, Yeah. Now the whole deal of how they had the dude die, though.
Yeah.
That was a bit interesting because
it's a good way to build up Dio.
It is a very good way to build
we
up
have
Dio.
a lot of build up for Dio already.
Yeah.
But I think what they're more so saying is that Dio is something more than charisma.
Right, because I feel like when they mentioned charisma, and they did talk about how it was way more than just charisma, right? But
Yeah.
they still just kind of called it charisma.
Right.
And with the other people that Dio has interacted with, there's been the fanatical followers like Enya and such.
Right.
But even then, that seemed to be something where, okay, she had like a specific goal that she was wanting to work with Dio to
For sure.
attain or whatever, right?
Yeah. And the others seem to be more like...
Just mercenaries,
Yeah.
like just in it for the money. Or mind control. Those don't really connect very well to the idea of charisma. So the fact that they showed that here was really cool.
Yeah.
And it makes me think, are we going to get a new side of Dio this season, basically? Because, yeah, I don't know. Like,
well, I think the big thing is that Dio has, he has been reborn essentially. He has come back from the dead. He has reawakened, And maybe the realization that he had such a close brush with death, he is, you know, just as full of himself and everything as before, but he now realizes the value of pawns and developing himself to be truly unstoppable, or someone that has no weaknesses, because he was a very flawed villain in part one. Like, he had a lot of things that were his shortcomings that were... And I think that maybe that's what it is that he's spending all this time alone, solitary, as like I need to never get this close to death ever again.
Right.
And
because I might not be so lucky next time. Might not have a convenient body nearby.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that there is a progression of sorts that he is on with his stand, because as Enya stated, it's like once you have mastery of this stand, you know, no one will be able to stop you.
Right.
So how long does it take? I think for Dio, there's never enough, you know, practice or enough training or strengthening or whatever that you could do in order to be truly a master or a god or whatever.
Because, again, his stand is apparently the world.
Yeah, well, so the implications as to how powerful it could be are crazy. Well, I mean, in some ways, it needs to be, because Star Platinum is that powerful.
That's true.
So
true.
It just kind of has to
be. And
here's
another thing to think about. We could have something where it's Jotaro and Star Platinum facing off against Dio and the world stand.
Yeah.
But that's less epic than all of the Joe Bros teaming up together.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
they're going to.
Right. And it could be that Dio has like a bunch of other minions and stuff that basically keep the rest of them busy, and then Jotaro and Star Platinum, you know, charge onward, right? They could totally do that. But to really build up Dio and his stand as just being, you know, god tier power, right? I'd personally want it to be something where he could fight them all and have it be no problem.
Well, yes, I totally think that's how it's going to be. I also think that Dio being kind of the final boss is also the gateway of sorts to where like only a certain number of you will even live past me.
Sure, yeah, that's the other way they could make it. So
because in JoJo's, a lot of characters usually die before the whole kind of next JoJo continues. So
and they did that whole reversal with Abdul.
Yes.
But there's still a lot of episodes left.
Right. Specifically kind of with how these Newsstand Users are, at the very least, just because we got to see these two brothers, I'm going to assume that even though that they're kids, it would be maybe a waste of screen time for them to bring up Newsstand Users that aren't associated with Dio.
Right.
And also, given that the little one probably has some kind of stand that manipulates reality through stories or something like that, to where this tourist was bugging him so much that by the time he opened the comic, it was already dictating how he was going to die. He's probably not a good kid.
Right.
Just saying that. So the stands that we've seen thus far in Ndoul and from these two brothers and stuff seem way more creative and way more dangerous than really many of the other stands that we've seen.
Well, and especially, I would say, the stands, absolutely.
So it's another way to build up that Dio is stronger than all of these as well.
But I almost feel like it's JoJo's levels of creativity still.
Yeah.
And where it's basically been going above and beyond with these last two or three, if you count the brothers as being two. We don't know if the older brother has a stand.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is that the characters themselves that control the stands.
Good point. Yes.
Like Ndoul, I can't remember anyone that had that same kind of
personality.
Yeah. You know, as much in the previous
Whole Horse.
Like Whole Horse would be the one that comes close, right?
Yeah.
But this is what we're doing right out the gate. Sure, or Enya. But again, you know, she was in multiple episodes. Same with Whole Horse, right?
Yeah.
This guy, Ndoul, very clearly, I mean, yes, it was a two-parter, but his part's done. He's dead.
He's dead.
Right? And that was the very first thing that they did for this new season of, you know, part 3 of JoJo's.
Yeah.
And now they're introducing two characters. They're introducing characters that have a character dynamic, not just people that are teaming up because their stands are complementary. First, we don't even know if the older brother has a stand.
Right.
Right? And then but they have this relationship with each other and stuff. So it's like, and why do they follow Dio? You know, things like that.
Well, I think we now know essentially enough of a reason that can be used as an umbrella to cover all future Stand enemies, is that Dio is more than just charisma or fear. He is that thing that means he is that thing that you would never want to fail once he bestows basically a burden upon you.
Yep.
If he says, you go and do this or I'll be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
You
you move heaven and earth to do it.
To make sure it happens. Yep. And that's something that I can't tell if that's like in some weird way kind of inspiring or just absolutely disgusting. I think it's supposed to be disgusting because it's pure manipulation.
Right. Well, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Because
but they try to make it so it's not just that.
Well, right. They try to make it so it's not just that, but at the same time, they try and make it very much like it is just a complete overriding of their will, kind of. Or at least that's what it certainly was up till this point. And this is probably where we got the biggest contradiction, where it doesn't seem to just be that.
Okay. Because it's not like they're mind controlled.
Right.
Like he doesn't have...
He has ways to mind control people, and
he's not using that.
Yeah. So
if anything, it seems like more Dio has access to the resources necessary to bring in all these Stand users and say,
"Yep,
I have a mission for you."
Right.
And maybe he's able to individually kind of coerce each one effectively without it being some kind of blanket statement kind of thing.
Sure.
And it would be interesting to have that reveal as they defeat each Stand user on their way to Dio,
Basically to see the ways that Dio was keeping them under his thumb.
And then it keeps elevating Dio up like a notch every time.
Yeah, without actually developing his stand, just developing him as a person, as a character, and as a presence.
Right, because specifically the Joe Bros, none of them have encountered Dio, like, directly.
Abdul did.
Okay, Abdul did, that's true, and it was a brief encounter, and he described it to them back then, and that was terrifying.
Right. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, just nope. The whole vibe, everything.
Danger sense is going,
just no.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Right, but specifically Joseph and Jotaro, they know of his reputation because of their family history.
They haven't actually met him. Yeah.
Right, they might have heard things from Speedwagon.
Right.
But... yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, Joseph would have heard things from Speedwagon. But, yeah, I like that this can be used specifically for, let's say, Jotaro, then, as a way to build up his kind of connection to Dio.
Sure.
Because when all is said and done, it's going to be the Joe Bros versus Dio.
Right, and we want it to be a personal connection, not just between the Joestar family.
Thank you,
but between the individual characters right here.
We have the connection with Polnareff and Joseph for the most part kind of already done. And Joseph's is because, it's his daughter. And Jotaro's is, his mom as well.
But there needs to be, ideally, there need to be something a bit more than that, so that it's not just we need to save, my mom or my daughter.
Kakyoin was an example of mind control, so there's that. So I think they all have a minor connection, but I really feel like I want the Joestars, specifically Joseph, and even more so Jotaro, to have a real understanding that this being that they're going to be encountering is not human. They're more than that. There's something else. They're terrifying. They have... They're basically a monster, and getting some kind of connection with that based on the people that Dio is sending after them. I'm curious about how they handle that, especially in a positive way, since the way they handled it in Ndoul here.
Oh yeah, and if they continue this whole idea, they could have just done a two-parter here because this is a new area that they're in, right?
Sure,
but. They said that there were 9 other Stand users.
Yeah.
Now, 9 is not 24, or however many episodes we have in this thing. And there's the part where they'll actually meet Dio and stuff. But I could potentially see them doing something where they do a 2-parter for each Stand user, which could be a great...
Just from here on out?
Yeah, just from here on out, as a way to basically develop them
Possibly.
more. Now, that might be a little bit tough if the next Stand user is actually 2 Stand users, but point remains. So
yeah, I'm excited because I think this is one of the best stand of the week encounters they've ever had.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And
I'm very excited for the next one.
And the idea that they have brothers, okay, so we're brothers and stuff like
so
that.
of course we like that idea.
Oh, of course we like that idea. But the idea that one of them has a manga of sorts that is their stand probably, and it has some kind of reality bending.
Yeah, that's like some Death Note, painting the future heroes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Because it doesn't seem like it's a physical battle then.
Right, because it like he doesn't even have to actually do the act of painting the things unless he did that way long time ago. And he already knew this was going to happen, and that could be terrifying too. But if it was something where he just basically said, oh, this guy's annoying me, and just psychically he puts it into the book, and maybe like the dude has to actually read the book in order for it to come true.
Because then it's not a battle of fists. It's a battle of more like a Hunter battle actually.
Sure.
It's kind of them having to not know that the people they're encountering are stand users.
Right.
And they have to find a way to kind of sneak their way into the Joebros' kind of journey and be like, oh yeah, you should check this out. It's like, oh, what's this, And then maybe like Kakyoin feels this overwhelming urge to just, I'm gonna go that way. Why? I don't know. Like I really am.
Well, or they start reading it and they're like, this is bad, and then Abdul's like, I'm burning it.
Yeah, who knows? But also my thing I'm really excited about potentially is, let's say the older brother has a stand and it's synergistic with the younger brother's stand, and they work in tandem like perfectly.
Yeah.
The idea of when Whole Horse and Jay Guile were working together as buddies in this stand whole thing there.
Combo.
Yes, but their actual combo wasn't that synergistic.
Sure, it's more just that they had two individually strong stands that they used at the same time against fewer numbers.
Right. Yeah. And just doing that is awesome. And if they do that even better, then that was one of my favorite stand battles of,
Oh yeah, that one was great.
Yeah.
One of the things that, and again, this is a meta thing and it's a story and all that, but if I were one of the Joe Bros, I would basically get to this point where I'm like, okay, we're on this journey.
Right.
We've run into a lot of stand users. Anytime I see something new, I'm just going to bring out my stand, since the people won't be able to see it if they're not a stand user, and just have basically, like, Silver Chariot, just be like, I'm just going to poke that thing a little bit. And just see if something happens. That thing that I think might be a stand, I'm just going to poke it and see if the person, like, starts bleeding. Right? Just to be like,
Or I like the idea of just bringing out the stand. Jotaro just being like, Star Platinum, go. And then
come really close to punching the person.
And if the person reacts in any way, then it's like,
then you just follow through on the punch.
So they're the
there's 8 left, and
there's the 9 that are representing the Egyptian gods,
not the Aztec gods of fitness, unfortunately. But
that's a cool way to say, okay, it's not tarot cards now; it's the Egyptian gods.
Well, no, I think it is still tarot cards.
Okay,
but it's like different.
Okay, cool
sets of tarot cards.
But these next 2, which they're probably going to be encountering them and stuff. But like, was that like really fourth wall breaking? The whole like Oingo and Boingo's like bizarre adventure. Like,
right.
Like,
yeah.
Is this one of those things where the author is going to like remember we had that one with the racing car stand, and there was a lot of fourth wall breaking in that one.
Well, or just the fact that like Jotaro at the beginning was apparently like, what was it? He was reading like superhero or Superman comics.
Okay.
But then there was like that copyright issue or something like that. That was from, I think it was like from the manga to like adapting it into the anime or something like that. So they ended up changing it. And so it almost is like he's saying, hey, it's going to be referencing some, creative work. But because I don't want to have any copyright issues, I'm going to have it be referencing my own. Because why not?
That's funny. I do like the idea of that. That's hilarious. But yeah, do you have any ideas as to how the stand works?
Something future predicting, whatever stuff. Who knows? The thing that stood out to me was that it wasn't like, it didn't seem to be that he basically, the dude went up and just impaled himself on a telephone pole.
Right.
It seemed to be that, okay, there's an accident, he went flying out and just happened to get impaled on a telephone pole.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. At least we're safe, I think, from direct killing. So we don't have to worry about basically Polnareff suddenly summoning Silver Chariot and lopping his own head off. Right?
Right.
You know, because that would just be like, okay, well, we're screwed, you know.
And that makes it really long range. You know how they talk about how the stand's power
and the range
and all that, diminishing returns,
proportional and all that. Yeah.
So let's say they just need to like see the Jobros, like they just need to physically see them so they can actually draw. Them and stuff. Or maybe it's not a drawing thing; it's kind of their mind's eye, you know, and basically the stand draws them. And then it's like, oh, we need to come up with a convincing story based around what they'll do. And then maybe it's the other brother's stand that sees the future. No, I think it would have to be a combining of the future and reality manipulation aspects of. It's kind of like a horror story, actually, because there's a lot of things in horror stories where the person will see that they're going to die. Essentially, they'll get some premonition about their own death, and they'll be like, oh no, and freak out, and it'll basesically just race them towards their death even faster.
It's like Paycheck, you know,
Well, Paycheck's a horrible example of this, but yes, it's a classic horror trope, and using it with a kid, I think that just makes it even creepier and stuff as well. So I'm really excited for this this next encounter, this next stand of the week. Yes, good stuff. Guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time. How'd I do?